What if you could see the future? Not with a crystal ball, but with the precision of an engineer. What if you could navigate the uncertainty of tomorrow with a clear, calculated roadmap? This isn't science fiction. It's a skill called foresight, and it's something you can build. Our brains are wired for certainty. We crave simple, cause and effect answers. This evolutionary shortcut helped our ancestors decide quickly whether a rustle in the bushes was a predator or just the wind. But in today's complex world, this certainty bias can be a major liability. When you plan your career, your finances, or even a major family event, you're not dealing with a simple rustle in the bushes. You're facing a web of interconnected variables, where a single, unexpected event can derail even the best-laid plans. You might feel confident about a project's success, only to be blindsided by a market shift. You might plan the perfect vacation, only to have it ruined by a flight cancellation you never saw coming. The problem is that we often mistake a single, preferred outcome for the only possible one, leaving us exposed and unprepared when reality takes a different turn. The solution is to start engineering your foresight, and the first step is cultivating probabilistic thinking. This means shifting your mindset from "this will happen" to "this is the most likely outcome, but others are possible." Instead of just planning for success, you start creating a scenario plan. Think like a mission planner at NASA. They don't just plan for a perfect launch. They map out dozens of potential scenarios. What if an engine fails? What if communication is lost? What if a solar flare erupts? For your own life, this could mean mapping out a few potential career paths instead of just one. What are the likely outcomes in 5 years for each path? What are the potential pitfalls? By assigning rough probabilities to each scenario, you transform vague worries into a tangible map of the future, allowing you to prepare for multiple eventualities, not just the one you hope for. To make this even more powerful, you can use a technique called a pre-mortem analysis. Imagine your project, your new business venture, or your financial plan has completely and utterly failed a year from now. Now, get your team or even just a trusted friend together and brainstorm all the possible reasons for this spectacular failure. Was it a competitor you underestimated? A key assumption that proved false? A resource you ran out of? This process feels counterintuitive, but by proactively identifying potential points of failure before you even begin, you can build in safeguards to prevent them. Modern tools are making this even more accessible. AI simulation tools can now run thousands of variations on your business plan, stress testing it against simulated market shocks and supply chain disruptions. On the horizon, quantum computing promises to analyze even more complex, interconnected systems, providing insights into everything from financial markets to climate change, with a level of detail we can barely imagine today. This proactive approach leads to what's known as antifragile decision-making. Some things are fragile. They break under stress. Some things are resilient. They endure stress and return to their original state. But antifragile systems actually get stronger from shocks and volatility. When you use scenario planning and pre-mortem analysis, you're not just building a plan that can withstand a crisis. You're creating a strategy that can learn and benefit from it. You might identify a potential weakness that, once addressed, becomes a competitive advantage. You might discover an alternative path that turns out to be more profitable than your original idea. You move from being a passive victim of uncertainty to an active architect who uses unpredictability as a building material. Ultimately, engineering foresight is about changing your relationship with the future. It's about trading the illusion of certainty for the power of preparedness. By thinking in probabilities, planning for multiple scenarios, and proactively hunting for failure points, you build a framework that doesn't just help you survive. The unexpected helps you thrive. Because of it, you become the engineer of your own future, not just a passenger along for the ride. Start today. Pick one important goal you have for the next year. Instead of just writing down the ideal outcome, perform a quick pre-mortem. What are 3 things that could realistically cause it to fail? Now, what's one action you can take this week to guard against one of those potential failures?